On May 12, 2022, Billboard published an article titled You Owe Me. Songwriter accuses former publishing exec of leveraging his power for sex. Now, songwriter Nataliya Nikitenko alleges she gave in to pressure from former Kobalt executive Sam Taylor to have sex because she feared there would be consequences for her career if she didn't. Nataliya has an administration publishing deal with Kobalt, and Sam Taylor was her point person from 2016 to 2019. Taylor was known at Kobalt for signing superstars like Gunna and Roddy Ricch and hit-making producers like Ben Billions. Nataliya alleges that she met Taylor at Kobalt's Writers Hang event, where creators network with their peers and execs from the company. She said he asked her for her number and texted her that night saying, "Don't forget me." She alleges Taylor became flirtatious later that year after a meeting where she played her music for a few of Kobalt's executives. She said he complimented her on her demos and then asked her to dinner after that meeting. Billboard writes that Nataliya eventually met Taylor outside of work after several months. She says she tried to make the meeting and quote, a publisher-client situation, asking that they meet in a public place, but Taylor insisted on meeting at her house. In another text that Nataliya shared with Billboard, Nataliya wrote to Taylor, "I didn't hit you up for you to just meet at my house and sleep with you." Taylor replies, "That's your problem. You think I'm saying let's do that." He added, "I'm not that guy, and whatever happens, happens." Billboard says the two met at a restaurant in October of 2016, according to Nikitenko. She claims that Taylor asked to drive her home that night, and she recalls thinking, and I quote, "I felt like I had no other option than to let him come back to my place. If I didn't do this, I know there were going to be consequences for my career." Taylor's lawyer gives a statement to Billboard that says Sam and this woman were together a total of 3 to 4 times over 3 years. Their relationship was completely consensual at all times, and it is a shame that his efforts to genuinely help her career, unrelated to any relationship, are being turned on him in this manner. We assume that she's doing this with the complete lack of linkage between his effort on her behalf and any relationship. That relationship has since ceased. Kobalt responded with this statement to Billboard. "Since the beginning, Kobalt has had a zero tolerance policy for harassment of any sort. It's against our culture, values, and policies." Now, Kobalt has offered to release Nataliya from her administration publishing deal, but there's a catch. They've added a non-disparagement clause to this deal, which Nataliya refuses to sign because she refuses to be silenced by Kobalt. I've seen plenty of termination agreements in my advocacy work, and non-disparagement clauses are not a standard in these agreements. So earlier in March, Forbes published an article titled 5 Years After Me Too, NDAs Are Still Silencing Victims. You see where I'm going with that? In this specific situation, it does not seem like Kobalt is interested in protecting the songwriter. It absolutely seems like they are only interested in protecting their own name. And that's obvious by this non-disparagement clause that they're trying to get Nataliya to agree to. I think I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that that's the position that Kobalt took. And I mean, to have the nerve to stand by it in an article, I mean, I was kind of shocked to read that, quite honestly. The link to this article is in the description below if you have not read it or you want to learn more about this story. I send big love to Nataliya. You are brave, and we support you here at 100 Mac TV. So I know you guys have been hearing about this whole thing about TikTok. We've seen Halsey speak out about it. We've seen even Adele speak about it. So on the 22nd of this month, Variety published an article about Halsey's claims, saying that her label won't let her release the song unless she fakes a fake TikTok viral moment. So in this video from Halsey's TikTok page, she says, "I've been in this industry for 8 years and I've sold over 165 million records." Damn, that's a lot. "And my record company is saying I can't release the song unless they can fake a viral moment on TikTok." Now, Halsey is not the only artist using her platform to push back on making TikTok videos. Adele spoke about this with Zane Lowe last November. Here's a clip from the 30 interview by Apple Music.
The conversation of TikTok came up a lot, right? So I'm like, TikTok who? Like, you know, but they're like, you know, we've really got to make sure these 14-year-olds know who you are. And I'm like, but they've all got mums. They've all got mums, and they've definitely been growing up listening to my music, these 14-year-olds and stuff like that. But it was like, if everyone's making music for the TikTok, who's making the music for my generation? Who's making the music for my peers? I will do that job gladly. I'd rather cater to people that have like, are on my level in terms of like the amount of time we've spent on Earth and all the things we've been through. Then I don't want 12-year-olds listening to this record. It's a bit too deep. But the 30 and 40-year-olds that are all committing to themselves and doing therapy, that's my vibe. Yeah. Because that's what I was doing. Yeah. You know, so I'm more concerned with how this record can.
My 2 cents on this whole conversation about TikTok, and really it's not just TikTok, it's social media and being a content creator. Going viral is not the only way to become a successful artist. And before going viral on social media was a thing, artist development was a thing. And now, and discovering new artists, like it wasn't a thing of like, you have to have an entire fan base and I need to be able to see your metrics and see how you impact people before. It's like the labels just want to skip all of the work and they want an artist that already has everything, has all of that. Now, somebody like Halsey is a superstar. As she said on TikTok, she sold over 165 million records. So what baffles me with situations like this is like, you know, not only are we is the industry pushing this on our new artists and coming in the door to labels now, but also pressing artists who have already sold the records, toured the world, had #1s, been crazy successful. Like, it's obvious that Halsey could sell records. Why should she not be able to release a record because she hasn't made a TikTok video for it? I think to Adele's point, when she said a TikTok who, I think making music for the kids on TikTok's parents, that's a very real thing. And also TikTok is a culture. If you don't make music that fits into the culture of TikTok, which is dance challenges and trendy words challenges, it's a lot of it is centered around dance and performance, right? So if you don't make an up-tempo song or a song that one of these TikTok dancers, or not even just TikTok dancers because they're more than TikTok dancers, if you're not making a song that these dancers on TikTok can create content to, then what? That means that your song isn't a hit. That means that your song isn't worthy of marketing and promotions elsewhere outside of just TikTok. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's also lazy. Artists do record deals for a couple of reasons. One is for the support of the system, of the machine, and a very big part of that is marketing and promotions. So if the record companies are just dependent on artists making TikToks and being active on social media, and I also hear all the time of signed artists who invest their own money in their project as well. So if the artist is paying for the music, paying for the music videos, paying for the shoots, and making all of the content, what do they need a record deal for? And the budgets are smaller. So it's not even like they can, if you're not a massive artist, you don't get the opportunity to have the budgets that are where you can do all kind of crazy stuff. So I don't get it. If you're not investing a whole bunch of money like you used to, on top of now we have social media, which is driven by self, and the artists are spending their own money on their visuals and all that other stuff. What is the point of a record deal outside of distribution? And quite frankly, distribution, I mean, DistroKid, TuneCore, CD Baby. Need I say more? I'm just saying. I'm Tiffany Red, and this is 100 Mag TV.